my third top reason for opening a law firm is something that took me a while to discover. And as I've mentioned before, I opened my own practice more than 14 years ago. And this deeper element that I only discovered probably 5 years into running my own practice was something that now I see is much more important. And especially as I see other colleagues, other attorneys in the courtroom or at different functions with the bar. When you take the dive and open your own law practice and you run your own firm, you discover a greater sense of responsibility for your profession, for your clients, for the work that you do, and it becomes more of a personal service, an extension of who you are, instead of just a job, something that you do for some other attorney, your boss, your supervisor, the senior partner. When you run your own practice, you run it on your own terms, and the buck stops with you. And so when you have the ability to make decisions, and you're the only one making the decisions that will impact your client, their future, whatever capacity that might be in. If it's a business client, their business, or if it's somebody going through a divorce, their future, relationships or custody. So while there is this greater responsibility, because nobody else is there to secure you, to give you the answers, no other attorney in your firm, if it's just you. And yet that is also a sense of strength. It's an empowering truth, because it's like going to the gym. When you go to the gym, nobody's going to lift the weights for you. Nobody's going to get on the treadmill and run 5 miles for you. Nobody's going to make you stronger, make you more fit, make you healthier, except for you. And so often in life, we delude ourselves. I think it's in our DNA that somehow we believe that somebody else is going to rescue us. Somebody else is going to do the hard work for us. Somebody else is going to come along and make it all okay. And I think that's one of the reasons people stay in jobs that they hate, is that they still believe mistakenly that somebody else is going to take care of them. And the reality is there's no comfort or security, real security, in working for somebody else, because you can be let go easily. In fact, that happened to me after I was at my first practice as an associate coming up through law school. I started as a clerk. I worked my tail off, put in long hours, blood, sweat, and tears for this one firm, believing that this would be where I land and that I can take this firm forward, working with the senior partner. It was a small boutique criminal defense firm, very successful, and it grew more successful as I became more skilled as an attorney. But I gave everything, committed myself for almost 10 years. And then things began to fall apart. I believed I had security investing in this practice as long as I did for almost 10 years, until it became clear to my partner, business partner, that I could run this practice without him. And he and I worked together really well for many years. But as things happen, sometimes egos get in the way. Sometimes we just make mistakes. And I'm not saying I was perfect, but I had a lot to learn as well. But I got to a point where I no longer needed the security of a law firm partner. I got to a point where new clients would come in to see him, but then they got to know me since I worked on their file, and then in the future they'd be coming back to me instead of going to him. So maybe there were some hurt feelings. But regardless, my point is this. I discovered how much I could personally grow as a person when I took the leap and started my own practice. When I could take on the responsibility of owning my own future and accepting the hard truth that many of us don't want to accept, which is nobody is going to come and rescue us. Nobody is going to come and put in the reps and become the expert or specialist that we want to become. We have to do the work. We all know this, but on a deeper level, we forget this. And so when you're running your own practice, you realize the buck stops with you. And that's a good thing, because when you have that level of control over your own work product, over your own practice, and with your own clients, then you can do much greater things than if you're waiting for somebody to give you permission, a boss, a supervisor, a managing partner. You can do great things, and it makes you a greater person. And what is better than that in life if you're doing something you love and you have the freedom to make your own decisions in your practice, and you're becoming a better, stronger, more equipped person who can be successful in more areas of life as a result? Then that's an amazing blessing. And that is one of the things that I've discovered after many years of running my own practice, that my own personal growth is tied up with my professional growth, even more when I'm running my own practice, because there is a greater sense of responsibility. And that's helped me in many, many other ways that I can't get into right now. So that's really on my top 3 list of reasons to open your own practice, because your own personal life will be transformed in so many new and positive ways that you never imagined once you take the plunge and take your own career by the horns and open up your own law firm.